Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's been a while since I uploaded a video. Thank you for your patience and thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time watching videos on my YouTube channel, thank you. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so anytime I upload the video, you'll be the first to see. So I will be uploading some videos soon on tracking analysis in ArcMap, working with raster images and then proximity analysis, and also will be integrating to ArcGIS Pro. That is how to use ArcGIS Pro and some of the features in it because very soon ArcMap wouldn't be the industry standard again, and you need to advance and update yourself. Okay, so for today, we are going to learn something um, that is very important, especially for cartographers or map makers. So we are going to learn about grid or coordinate systems. So sometimes, one of the key properties of a map is to get um, your grid system or your coordinate system. So sometimes you get maps and then you realize the grid on it or the coordinates on it are very um, they are scattered along the map and it makes map reading difficult. And sometimes too, there are no grids on the map at all, and sometimes it's difficult to pinpoint a location when you are trying to work on it manually. So we are going to do that. And sometimes too, you realize when you are working on extremely small areas and you try to apply the grid systems, it doesn't work. We also solve that issue. So you know what to do. We go to the map layout. We go to the layout view. So this is my first image. So mind you, we are going to use two data sets for this. So I have the boundary. So this is the boundary of Ghana, and within the boundary, I have a very small area. So this is it. The area is so small. It's just a portion in the Ghana map. So I could make this hollow so we could teach you. So you see, it's just a very small and tiny portion in this big area. So stay tuned. All right, so this is the basic step. So we go and we upload our image after inserting your legend, your key, your your north arrow, your scale bar, whatever. You want to input your grid, you right click, you come to properties, and you go to grid. So from here, it is here. So you go to grid, so new grid. So I usually prefer the first one because that is basically what we use. There are some types of work where you use into the grid of units. This one's are usually for cadastral maps. And then we have the reference grid, but for the basic one, we use the graticle, that is having the meridians and then the parallels, where you have the degrees, minutes, and then seconds. So you can give it a name if you want, you can leave it, and then we go to labels. So for now, the intervals, we are going to skip this for now, so we leave it as such. We'll come back to the intervals, so you can click and you apply. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay, so as you can see, I have a map with my degrees, minutes, and then seconds. But then I want to so depending on the interval you've used before, you might not get the same result as I'm getting. You'll be getting a different thing altogether. So for the meantime, this is what I have. So let's say the grades are many and I want to take some off. I don't need a lot of grade in my work. I can just go back, right click, and go to my grade, and then make sure it's selected. Sorry. Then I come to properties. So properties, I just need to come to intervals. All right, so because it's a very large area, you realize a small scale was used here. Therefore, this was the immediate interval. So if I should make this 2, this will be the result of what I'm going to get. So as you can see, if I make it 2, I've spaced it out a little as compared to the other one. And if I want to space it out more, probably I can go in for 3 or 4. So for the degrees, so 4 degrees, so I'm going to space it every 4 degrees. There should be every 4 degrees there should be a coordinate system. Then I apply OK. Yes. So if you realize it has increased again. So now I have just 2 coordinate systems, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1 here, 1 here. So what this means is at every 4 degrees on my map here, there should be a coordinate system. I can further move on to say probably I prefer many coordinates on my map. So I can still use the 2. So probably every 4 degrees and let's say 5 minutes, there should be a coordinate spacing. So yes, this is what I have here. So every 4 degrees and 5 minutes, I should get this. And let's say I further want um I want more coordinates. So I can just use 0 degrees. So at every 0 degrees and then 10 minutes, that should be a lot. 10 minutes. So I can just maintain the 60 seconds. Let's maintain that for now. Yep. So realize at every 10 minutes there should be a coordinate system. This is what I'm going to get. So if you are working on a large area, you should be sure that if you want more coordinate systems, you should probably check your intervals. So at every 1 degree on your map, there will be a coordinate system. And then if you want it more and more, you go to the minutes. So at every 10 minutes on my grid system, on my borderline, there should be a coordinate system. So at every 10 minutes, there will be a coordinate system. And if I should want more and more and more, I keep on adding to the minutes. You get that? So more coordinate system on the map means you should add more minutes and then degrees to it. So if I want to reduce this, I probably need to say, okay, now every 1 degree on the map, I should have a coordinate system. So every 1 degree, 10 minutes and 60 seconds, I should have a coordinate system. So if I apply, this is what I'm going to get: neatly and then spaced coordinate systems. So every 1 degree on my map here, there should be a coordinate system. Okay, so that's it for the normal map. So sometimes you have a smaller map like this, zoom to layer, and you've realized the area is relatively small. So I probably need a large scale to represent this, and you've realized the coordinate system has been distorted. So sometimes if you're not like, you realize when you apply the coordinate system, you won't receive any grade on it. So now you can see there are only 2 grade. However, I don't want that. I want it to be the normal way. So what we do is you go back to your properties. So you can apply or add a new grade if you want. So let's still maintain this one. I still come to properties, and you see the default is every 1 degree, 11 minutes and 0 seconds, there should be a coordinate system. But because the area is relatively small, every 1 degree on the map won't be sufficient for this. So I can say, okay, I'll maintain the 1 degree, and let me try using something like 10 every 10 seconds. So every 10 seconds on my map, there should be a coordinate system. So let's apply that and see. So you could see, even with the 10 seconds, you realize the area is too small for that. So you can go further and further. So let's say so you can make this 0, 0, and say every 30 seconds there should be coordinate system, since my area is relatively small to capture the coordinates. So there you go. So because the map is relatively small, I go in for a bigger value for the seconds. So now what I have here is every 30 seconds on my map, there should be a coordinate system. So at every 0 degrees, 0 minutes, and then 30 seconds, there should be a coordinate system on my map. So I hope you've noted the differences. So when you are working with relatively small areas and um, when you're working with relatively small areas and then you have applied the coordinate system or your grid and it's not coming, this is what you should do. You just need to come to your properties and then check the intervals. So what if I make it 50? So when I make it 50, you know what will happen, right? I'm giving you some few seconds to think. You know what should happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your time is up. So I hope your answer was right. So when I add or when I increase the seconds, it will further space it out for me. So I can say, okay, so now I want every 5 minutes, 5 minutes, and then 50 seconds, there should be a coordinate system. So when I apply it, this is what will happen. It's going to decrease it. So you've gotten the trick in working with grid. So since this won't be enough, we can just maintain our 0, and say, okay, every 20 seconds, there should be a grid. So when I click on apply, I'm going to have my grid. So if I want to further space this, I add more minutes to it. So every 60 minutes, you go on and forth. Okay guys, we've come to the end of the video and I hope you've learned a lot. If you still have something bothering you, write this in the comment section and I'll be sure to reply. Thank you for watching this video and I hope you've learned something with the grid systems. Hope to see you in my next video. Make sure you share, subscribe, like, comment your thoughts in the